Katt Williams tried to warn people, and once again it feels like he was ahead of the curve. Long before any official documents surfaced, he was calling out powerful celebrities and saying the truth was hiding in plain sight. Now that the Epstein files are public, those old warnings don't sound wild anymore. They sound timely. When Katt sat down on Club Shay Shay, he wasn't just joking around. He opened the door to conversations Hollywood didn't want happening. He hinted that major names, not just politicians, were tied to things they hoped would never come to light.
For those entities.
At the time, critics laughed and labeled him bitter. But now, with names appearing in court documents and flight logs, denial feels harder to maintain. When the Epstein files dropped, fans rushed to defend their favorite stars. Many couldn't process that celebrities they admired might be linked to serious allegations. Jay-Z's name sparked one of the strongest reactions.
If you take people like Jay-Z and Pusha T, they made their living our people, so how the f they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, I think they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Liars are now the face of our culture.
An anonymous accuser mentioned him in the documents, instantly triggering outrage from supporters. They argued the timeline didn't add up, saying he was just starting out in the mid-1990s and wasn't moving in elite circles yet. But early fame doesn't mean limited access. Even in his early years, Jay-Z was already navigating powerful rooms. Old clips resurfaced showing him alongside industry figures like Harvey Weinstein, and some viewers revisiting those moments said the dynamics felt different than they remembered.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration?
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Then can I ask you about mass incarceration? Do you think the movement is...
Old photos and party footage also began circulating, placing him near controversial figures. At the time, certain comments were brushed off. Now, people are listening again with sharper ears. The scrutiny didn't stop there. Naomi Campbell's name appeared in flight records, showing multiple trips on Epstein's private jet in the early 2000s. She has publicly denied knowing about his crimes and stated she supports victims. Still, resurfaced emails and footage have led some to question what she knew and whether any professional introductions blurred lines.
Still shocked that there's nothing about Naomi Campbell really coming forward yet. I'm surprised. I'm like bitterly surprised. Her time.
They said her name was on the list like the most as far as like flight records.
Yeah.
She was on a lot of flights.
A lot of flights.
You mentioned
also Diddy's ex-girlfriend.
Hey.
Isn't that funny? What a small world.
There you go.
After the party is the hotel lobby. After the hey.
Come on, Jack. Come on. Wait.
You want to know what's funny though?
Yeah.
Naomi Campbell is finally being right.
Y'all ain't heard? Y'all ain't
Cruella DeVille is finally being checked.
Wow. Hey, I've seen something on that.
Listen to me, any woman that Mike Tyson has to put a restraining order on needs to be checked.
That is facts. Give me facts. Oh wait.
I keep telling everybody, he the Ghislaine. I'm still trying to figure out how she pulled that off. When she was able to get a white woman to go to jail for.
Then there's Bill Gates. Years ago, he admitted that meeting with Epstein was a mistake and described it as limited interactions. However, released documents suggest repeated contact beyond a single dinner. Not long after, his marriage ended, and Melinda Gates later spoke about how disturbed she was by Epstein's presence in their lives. Bill has denied wrongdoing and apologized for the association, but skepticism remains strong online.
I was foolish to spend time with him. I was one of many people who regret ever knowing him. No, apparently Jeffrey wrote an email to himself That email was never sent. The email is, false. So I don't know what his thinking was there. It just reminds me, every minute I spent with him, I regret and I, apologize that I did that. It's factually true that I was only at dinners. I never went to the island. I never met any women. And so, the more that comes out, the more clear it'll be that although the time was a mistake, it had nothing to do with that kind of behavior.
Even Chris Tucker's name appeared in flight records connected to Epstein's jet in the early 2000s. Being listed doesn't automatically mean misconduct, but the expanding circle of familiar names raised eyebrows. His team responded quickly, saying he was on a humanitarian trip to Africa focused on charity and AIDS awareness. So, you have to tell me this, Chris. You was on this private plane.
Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Now, I did. We flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa.
Yeah.
And I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know who plane he was getting on, but it was a whole bunch of dignitary people who was with a delegation. And yeah, I met him and you don't know people, what they do in their private lives. So, yeah.
But tell me this, Chris. He was on this private plane, and you could tell that it was a private plane because they called it, was it Lolita Express?
Oh yeah, it was a private plane. Yes. Oh yes.
But wait a minute, you didn't never go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing at. No. I don't. Hey, we was going to Africa to save lives.
Plane, and you could tell that it was a private plane because they called it was what this Lolita Express. Oh yeah, it was a private plane. Yes. Oh yes. Wait a minute. You didn't never go to that island, did you? No. I don't know where that thing got. No was enough. Hey, we was going to Africa to save lives. According to his side, others like Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey were also on that trip, which was presented as official and charitable. Still, many people weren't convinced.
Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey. Oh, Lord mercy.
Ever talk to you about hey, I know Donald Trump, hey, I know Kevin Spacey, hey, I know Leonardo DiCaprio? Did he ever talk about these celebrities and these stories with them or anything like that?
No, he would tell me things like I knew when he flew Clinton to Africa, which is what first put him on the map. He told me he went to Africa. He took Spacey, Chris Tucker. He would mention people's names that he was with, but he wouldn't tell me much about them themselves. Mm-hmm. But he would tell me he was with so and so.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill. Most of these confident people we see is really delusional.
Well, you don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday?
Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. He Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Me neither. Must be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They all coming.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Hey, I promise you.
I done got all the rest of them. I done got the ones.
I promise you, everybody trying to double back. You're gonna be having to beat them all with a stick. You won't let him. They're coming. Much as.
Mentioning Bill Clinton only intensified doubts. Photos of Clinton inside Epstein's residence have circulated for years, and critics argue his comfort in those settings raises questions. Chris Tucker moved in some of those same circles, and that association alone fueled suspicion. As the files spread online, singer Jaguar Wright re-entered the conversation, adding her own claims about power structures in the music industry. In interviews, she said her concerns about Jay-Z developed over time, rather than from one single moment.
Adjacent to or, traveling in the same circles as the person that's been selected to be this icon. Because let's just be very clear, he was selected, just like Diddy was selected. Question is by who? Now, for many years, I minded my business about a lot of things, but a lot of things came to me. I heard a lot of things. You gotta remember, this was back when I was still trying to be amicable with the industry so that I could have my career, so that I could have my life, right? Everything that I worked for, everything that I sacrificed. Up until, what? 2016, 2017, I was still ignoring a lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't until I couldn't ignore it anymore because I realized this ain't going nowhere. And then when I started seeing exactly how dangerous things have become, it was very simple. It's either you're going to speak up or they're going to keep getting away with it, or you're going to get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. Like that's how this works. Like the people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend that like they don't know what's going on. And then the people that speak up are the people that, you know, get persecuted, get framed, get trashed, you know, are forced to go broke, you know, that kind of shit. So yeah, like I cannot say that it was an overnight process. I was hoping. See, I was always so quick to just blame, you know, all of the harm and the terrible shit in the industry on Diddy. I wasn't really willing to accept the fact that they were working together.
She described reaching a breaking point, arguing that the industry rewards silence over honesty. In her view, those who protect secrets are shielded, while those who speak up face backlash or exclusion. She admitted she once blamed everything on Diddy, but later concluded the system was broader and more interconnected. That's why she questioned public narratives, insisting certain powerful figures were never aligned.
Especially when past interviews and footage suggested otherwise.
So, Jag, with Jay-Z and his situation, as far as the early Jay-Z, you see him with Aaliyah Young, of course, goes to Dame Dash next. You see him with Foxy Brown. You see the maturation of Beyonce and him getting with Beyonce. You see Rihanna at a young age. Is it more so, and you were young as a singer, is it more so that, you know, when you're in this industry, men are going to most likely talk and date their peers? And it's just that technically all the new rising stars at that time
are babies.
Were just young women, just young kids.
Babies. Being ran around by grown men. Babies. I got offered my first record deal when I was 13 years old. I got offered another one when I was 15. I'm so grateful that my father said no. I ended up not signing a record deal until I was in my early 20s. And as young as that is, looking back now, at least I was a legal adult. Most of these girls, they get moved around and touched around very early on. And, you know, and the people that have control of everything are untouchable. So how do you argue with that?
Is it of concern that before this list came out, that the people in this power they have their hands in keeping this list, you know, suppressed?
Yeah. Come on, man. I think we're speaking about this from a place where we're trying to make it seem like things are fair and people are just and people are decent, and rather than looking at it for what it is. The one thing that all of these files and all of these documents, and let's just be clear, we're talking about 3 million documents that have been released so far. When you release that amount of information, you're doing it to fatigue people. You know, it's going to take people quite some time to get through all of these files, and who knows how long they're going to be available. Stuff might go missing, things of that nature. But we all should be going through and combing through every inch of everything that's going on. Because when they put that much out there, they're hoping you're going to just overlook something. They're hoping you're going to get fatigued from all of the information, and you're not. We got to keep looking. Like, we have like 4 people around us that are every day combing through a bit. We combing through a bit. And you got to sit down and you got to take your time and look at it. What these files prove is that there are no rules, is that nothing has ever been fair. It's been being covered up. Like, that's the point.
Jaguar said denial is comfortable. It's easier to dismiss documents than confront them. She criticized media voices who minimize the Epstein files by saying names don't prove anything or that the information was unofficial. Her argument was simple. If the files were meaningless, why were they sealed for so long? She also pointed out that ordinary people are often destroyed over rumors, yet powerful figures receive immediate defenses. When asked why the Department of Justice delayed disclosure until the Epstein Files Transparency Act in mid-2025, she stressed this wasn't about party lines. Both administrations had chances.
Trump administration, don't forget the Biden administration had the ability to release these files as well, and they didn't either.
True.
So this isn't a political thing. Let's stop making it political. I think everyone wants to make it political. Oh, look at the politicians, and this isn't about the rappers, and this isn't about this, and this is about the politicians. No, it's not. No, it's not, because you got Democrats and Republicans equally aligned up in this whole foolishness. This is about a certain class of people in this country that have been doing all kinds of shit. And it really doesn't matter what your religious background is, what your social standing is, or what your political standing is. It really doesn't matter. This is not about them versus us. No, this is about the weirdos and then the normal people. And not even normal people, just decent people. The problem is that the weirdos are outnumbering, it's looking like, the decent people, 10-1. Like, does anybody get that? Like, the simple fact that nobody is holding TMZ into account for anything, and they've been mentioned in these files. Harvey Levin specifically.
For Jaguar, the silence itself speaks volumes. Elon Musk's situation also drew attention after document releases. While he has said he declined invitations to Epstein's Island, emails from 2012 sparked renewed debate.
Tonight, the Department of Justice releasing their final batch of files connected to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. New emails from 2012 and 2013 show billionaire Elon Musk and Epstein coordinating a possible visit to the financier's infamous island. Musk asks when the wildest party will be. In another exchange, Epstein telling Musk there is always space for you and says he will send a heli for him. It's not clear if Musk ever visited the island. Musk's name has popped up in prior releases, including from the House Oversight Committee's release from the Epstein estate. He did not respond to NBC News' request for comment, but previously called Epstein a cretin and said he never advised him. Musk told Vanity Fair that Epstein tried repeatedly to get him to his island, but he declined. Emails also show Trump Cabinet Secretary Howard Lutnick coordinating a visit in the Caribbean in 2012. It's not clear if the meetings happened. Lutnick claimed to have cut ties with Epstein in 2005.
My wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
But the emails show drink and lunch meetings being arranged between the two well into 2012. A Commerce Secretary spokesperson said in a statement, quote, Secretary Lutnick has had limited interactions with Mr. Epstein in the presence of his wife and has never been accused of wrongdoing. The drop also includes a spreadsheet summary of complaints made to the FBI's National Threat Operations Center. It contained allegations against former President Donald Trump and former President Bill Clinton. There's no indication the FBI turned up evidence supporting the tips. And a note on the file read some of these individuals are reporting secondhand information and determined some of the tips were not credible. The DOJ later temporarily pulled the file without explanation. Both former presidents have denied any wrongdoing.
Woody Allen's name appears multiple times in connection with dinners Epstein tried organizing and introductions tied to film projects. Epstein even responded to inquiries about helping someone secure work related to an Allen film. Katt Williams highlighted another issue: public figures who project one image yet never seem to face consequences despite questionable associations. He compared it to chess. You see the pieces, but not always the player. When asked whether power changes people, Katt said it often does. Once someone crosses lines they once rejected, something shifts, and no image campaign fully restores it. He argued that pressure and incentives exist in every industry, not just entertainment. People rationalize, stay quiet, and adapt to survive. Katt said he was stunned by how much influence certain figures wielded behind the scenes. People so powerful they weren't used to hearing no. Toward the end, the discussion turned to government agencies and long-standing rumors. Katt suggested that agencies like the FBI or CIA often observe and document for years. Files surfaced decades later because someone was recording all along. Now that more documents are public, celebrities who once seemed untouchable appear quieter and more guarded. Hollywood, at the very least, looks uncomfortable.